Hi everyone, my name is Kathy C. Patterson, just in case we haven't met. I was thinking about well, every time I do a video, I always say, I was thinking about something. But oftentimes it is because of the comments that I get from the videos that I've done, and just to have a conversation a little bit about it and talk about it. Here's the thing. Okay, I always say this. If you have the book, if you have this one, Thoughts to Ponder, Discovering Your Authentic Self, pull it out, because I'm going to do a little reading from it, because this is the best way for me to reach everybody without having an author event, because I'm local. I'm in the greater New Orleans area, but I hear from people from everywhere. And so this is the best way to do it. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to pull the book out. But one of the things that have been bothering me lately is that I see where a lot of people are hurting, and a lot of people are hurting because they are misunderstood. They are not allowing themselves to be who they are, and they know who they are, but they can't do it for fear of making somebody else feel uncomfortable. That's a problem, because being fake is not going to get you anywhere. It doesn't serve you well at all. So if you have the book, turn to page 34, because that's where I'm going to read from. I'm in the second paragraph, and this is just a little bit, okay? Many of the insights I've talked about in this book have been born out of pain, loss, hurt, rejection, and betrayal. But these emotions often translate into negative self-talk like, who do you think you are? Who told you your opinions are valuable? Who cares what you think? You're not worthy to inject your thoughts into the lives of others. We have to learn to forget that. We have to learn to silence that, because that negative self-talk is not helpful. I've said this before. Every time I do a video, I'm making myself vulnerable. There might be chatter going along that I don't hear, but I can't let that deter me from what it is I know is my mission at this particular point in time in my life. One of the things, one of my favorite quotes, and I've said this before too, Marianne Williamson wrote this in her book, A Return to Love. A lot of people thought that it was Nelson Mandela, but it was really her. And it kind of goes like this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Here's the thing. Bishop Jake said this in a sermon. It wasn't even a sermon, but he was talking off the cuff, and he said, this is the Lord's doing, meaning what you see before me, everything that I present to you, my personality, my character, whatever, my essence, when I walk into a room, when I meet people, that is who God created me to be. That's my essence, right? So it's not going to serve anybody if I shrink away from that, because I need to be about the business of doing what I was born to do. Bottom line. I am not open to negotiate with you about who I am, because I am very clear on who I am. For a lot of days, you know, I've spoken to a lot of different people, and myself included. Yeah, we all went through people-pleasing days, and some of us might still be there. But it's time to let that go. What we have to understand is that another person's opinion is just that. It's just an opinion about who you are. It is not who you are, because God created you to be who you are. You can't rely upon another person's opinion or perception of you to tell you who you are, because guess what? when they're angry with you, when they no longer need you, their opinions will change. As simple as that. You know, I know that we have all run across broken relationships and breaches in relationships, and sometimes we know why and sometimes we don't. But at the end of the day, if you remain authentic to who you are and really walk in that and try to exude love wherever you go. You know, that's my word. Love is my word. But from love, you get compassion and empathy and sympathy and all of those things, kindness, things like that, reaching out to other people when you know that they're hurting. Or if you pass by somebody and you say, hello, how are you? Wait to hear the answer and don't just walk off. So in the book also on page 63, there's a question that I wrote. And the question is this: can we identify patterns in our daily walk that result in our shrinking to make others comfortable? I refuse to do that. I am not going to do that. I don't want you to do that either. We all have a little bit of SWID. Remember when I talked about that early on in the book? Remember? SWID, self-worth image destroyer. That's what that is. It's a disorder, but we don't have to stay that. Let's put ourselves back in order, stay on the journey, stay on the walk, trying to figure out who we are, who are we authentically, and not to be who somebody else says we are. If another person cannot understand who you are, or don't even see the goodness in you, or the characteristics or attributes that God has given to you, that is not your problem. It's theirs. So I remember this pastor said this one time: never stay where you're tolerated, only stay where you're celebrated. So with that, I'm going to go. But again, if you want to get the book, Discovering Your Thoughts to Ponder, Discovering Your Authentic Self, you can get it from Amazon or from the publisher, bookbaby.com, or my website, kcploveproductions.com. So you have a blessed day. Don't shrink for anybody. Stand tall, okay? And you be safe. I'll be with you again later on next week.